Hi all, I thought I'd just do this last video about specifically about a part of Bot War I really like, which is the coordination of close combat attacks, which is actually quite difficult to do. And you would only do it to take, it's one of the most effective ways though, if you can get it right, to take down much larger, more powerful bots in Bot War. There are other ways to take large bots down, or at least try and limit the damage that large bots can do with special rules such as surge and things like that. However, in this way is when you don't have surge, when you just got a bunch of little guys, you can actually drag a larger bot down pretty significantly. It's still a dice game at the end of the day, so it doesn't require it just requires average rolling really to be able to do this. So I thought I'd just show you. I've got here General Duke. Now he's pretty tough, 25 points. If you can see the stat line there, pretty decent. Strategy rating 10, which means that he goes pretty much last, but it means also that he's a threat for the entire game, the entire turn, I'm sorry. So 4 ranged attack, 4 close attack, 4 shields. So that's pretty significant, and 10 damage. So he can certainly take a few hits. So he's got ram attack, so he's suited more for a ground-based close attack. Inspiring Presence really allows his other friendly faction models to re-roll the dice if they're within line of sight of him, and once per turn. And Pure of Purpose means he's immune to some of the nastier mind control, like Deceiver attacks. So pretty significant character. Whereas I've got here also 3 Atlantean bots, Nami, Aegon and Nebulous, and these are relatively weak bots. Their stat line isn't too bad. Their stat line is around mid-range, but actually their damage makes them quite weak. They can only sustain 4 damage before they're destroyed. So it'll be interesting to see how this rolls, because they are actually 3 mid-range bots, not necessarily 3 weak bots, but only weak in the damage side of things. So also the odd thing about this example, I guess, is that all the strategy ratings for the weaker bots are the same, and that's because these 3 bots are part of a combiner that all activate at the same time to form that combiner. There's obviously other bots that go in the combiner, but yeah. So anyway, so I'll just show some quick demos here of how a multiple close attack would work. So obviously General Duke will be activating after these 3 bots because he is SR10. So let's move Nebulous first. So Nebulous spends a cube to move into close attack. He then spends his second activation cube, sorry, I should be putting that there, to fight a round of close attack. He decides that he needs all the help he gets, so he's going to actually boost that close attack. So that means that because Nebulous has decided to boost, I think that it's good for General Duke to boost as well. Okay, so he's going to spend a cube to boost his shields. So normally, in a close attack, Nebulous would get 2 purple dice, and then all close attacks have a black dice added. So we now roll, and we've boosted, so we're going to get 3, right? So we now roll, and we've scored a total of 4. This is a blank from Nebulous's attack. Now, normally General Duke would get 4 shield dice, and now you see that I really didn't have to boost probably, but I did anyway, so I actually get 5 shield dice. So I didn't roll very well there. I've only rolled a 3, so I actually did take damage there. So General Duke has taken 1 point of damage. Now normally if that was the end of that, there was no one else to fight, and the turn proceeded with them locked in close attack, we can, obviously I spoke about in another video, Nebulous could step back if he wished. But normally, I would say that General Duke will easily end Nebulous when it came to his activation. However, I still have extra people on the Atlantean side to activate. So I'm next going to activate Nami, who is going to move for his 1 activation and then fight a round of close attack. Now, I haven't stacked any additional cubes on Nami in order to boost, but I should have. I should have moved the Nebulous cube across to Nami at the very start of the game when I'm doing the power-up phase in order to coordinate this attack better, but I didn't. However, so Nami once again has 2 close attack, which is the 2 purple. You always get a black close attack in close attack. And then he's actually also got a second friendly model in base contact, so he gets a free boost. So he's rolling, and he's rolled pretty well there at 6. Now I didn't declare a shield boost for Duke, so I'm only rolling my 4 dice, and I've only rolled a 1. That's not particularly good. So that actually means that I have taken 5 damage off Duke. So it means I'm actually down to 4 damage on Duke. That's not good. Looks like I'm going to be boosting shields in this next round. So Aegon is also going into base with a movement activation. He's also going to close attack. Now, once again, I didn't stack enough cubes on Aegon. Had I done so, it actually would have been pretty nasty for Duke, I believe. So, once again, Aegon, 2 purple close attack, always get a black 1 in close attack. He will get 1 for Nebulous and 1 for Nami, being in close attack as well. Now, General Duke is going to boost his shield this time to give him 5 shield dice. Sorry guys, I don't have much room here to roll these dice. So we're going to roll the attacks, and we've got 3, 5, 6, 7, 8. So a pretty nasty, that's a blank there, a pretty nasty attack. Let's see if General Duke can survive. I suspect he might be able to. So let's see how we go. Not a bad roll. So 4, 5, 6. Oops, sorry, that was a... So General Duke has rolled 6 shields, so he only takes 2 damage. So he's actually on 2 left. So he's down to just 2 damage left. But now it's General Duke's turn to activate. So I suspect that because General Duke burned 2 cubes defending himself, he's only got 1 cube with which to form a close attack. So he's going to close attack against, well, he'll go against Nebulous, I guess. And he has scored 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 attacks against Nebulous. Now, Nebulous has no cubes. He used them all in the attack on General Duke. So I can only roll my 2 shield dice, which is 2. So Nebulous has been destroyed. So as you can see there, guys, how the close attack works. Now, I can't step out of that close attack as General Duke because there's more than one enemy in base-to-base contact that I haven't damaged. So I suspect what will happen is that unless next turn those 2 bots can bring General Duke down, and I suspect the player for General Duke in the next turn would stack some additional cubes on General Duke to boost shields and then fight 2 rounds of close attack against the model. So General Duke may survive this close attack on 2 damage left, but then be very, very weakened for subsequent parts in the game. So it probably went a bit longer than I expected. So thanks for your time, and I hope this has been helpful. Thanks. Bye.